Thank you. In the distant future, the year 2010, one man stands betwixt good and evil, right and wrong, hot and cold, slayer of beasts, and banisher of all evil. I am Narrator, defender of goodness and righter of all wrongs.
Excuse me? That's Narrator, not Narrator. You're not actually a character, you're just a storyteller.
But I wore a cape and everything.
No, just no. Read the script as it's written.
In the distant future, the year 2010, one man stands betwixt good and evil, right and wrong, hot and cold, and that man is Buff Hurricane, superhero. Spawned after winning a spandex costume. Mild-mannered psychiatrist Harry Back becomes Buff Hurricane, faster than a magic bullet, more daggy than the locomotion. He can build tall buildings with small plastic blocks. When the city needs saving, Buff Hurricane is there. Our story begins in the middle of a small town called City. At the local bad guys and megalomaniacs emporium, the evil Dr. Professor is out shopping with his vile henchman, Crumpet.
Aisle 5, Crumpet. We're out of Aluminium, pew 36.
Yes, Professor.
That's Dr. Professor Crumpet. I didn't just spend 3 days completing that online diploma just to be known by my first name. Curse you, Mother. And we used the last flux capacitor in our doomsday machine. Better grab another one of those.
Yes, Dr. Professor. Can I have a lolly?
No! Not until we're done, and only if you're a good boy. Now, we need some new smoke bombs.
In the 500 grams or the bulk 12 kilos?
Oh, buy in bulk, Crumpet. The savings over time are great. Also, we need dynamite. Grab the Acme brand.
And check.
Grappling hooks and triple twist rope.
Check.
Do we need any more of that radioactive slime stuff?
I think there's still some in the third drawer.
Oh, look, Crumpet. They've got eye patches on special. Do you think an eye patch would make me look more evil?
Maybe you could get 2.
I think Nick Fury has the eye patch market cornered. Shark food?
Check.
Smoke laser?
Does that even exist?
Well, it's in the trolley, so I guess it does.
Oh, well, check then.
Thank you for shopping at Bad Guys and Megalomaniacs Emporium, your source of everything evil. Have a nice day.
Oh, quick, Crumpet. The time. We must get home soon. I simply must find out if Stephanie is the father of Rich's child. Ooh. Do the checkout.
Next, please.
Hurry, Crumpet.
Oh, excuse me. Do you mind if I just quickly slip in ahead of your trolley? I've only got 2 items. Won't be a sec.
Well, actually, I'm in rather a hurry.
Oh, you're a gem. Thanks.
Cash or credit?
Elaine Farringer. Oh, my lord. What are you doing here?
Nance? Oh, I don't believe it. Oh, how long has it been? Jeez, I haven't seen you since Simon did his knee at the pool party.
Oh, what a night. So, how have you been?
Excuse me.
Oh, yeah, not too bad. This place keeps me busy enough. Your home of everything evil. Oh, the hours aren't too bad, and you get to meet some really interesting people. How about yourself? Still with Tony?
Tony? Nah. He ended up running off with another little bit of piece in Lycra, Wonder Lady or some such thing. No, it's Gary now. You remember Gary from Tai Chi?
Excuse me, will you be long? I'm in rather a hurry.
Gary, didn't you used to run the fruit and veg down near Vince's?
Vince's? Vince's? No, you're thinking of Jeff. No, he closed down there after he and Janice went through a bit of a rough patch. Nasty business. Heard she took him to the cleaners after he was caught recruiting a sidekick every other weekend. Of course, we could all see that one coming. Oh, you wouldn't believe who I bumped into down the street last Thursday. Only Mahoney Parker from the academy.
You're joking. What's she doing back in town?
I know.
Oh, this is insufferable, Crumpet. Can you believe this? Surely they can open up another lane or something.
Well, there's always the self-serve.
Oh, never. Those blasted self-serve checkouts are even more evil than I am. Use a self-serve checkout and put someone out of a job? I tell you, it's killing the customer service industry. Does a machine interact with you just as another human being would? I think not. We'll just have to wait.
Meanwhile, across town, in his top secret super hideout, Buff Hurricane recounts his recent victory with his top secret supercomputer.
I tell you, PC, there's nothing like knowing that this town called City is safe once again, thanks to my heroic efforts.
Gee, Bob, so much for modesty.
Who else can say they saved a busload of senior citizens from impending doom today? Granted, it was only one of my lesser nemesis, the sniffler, but they could have all contracted a nasty cough, and there's nothing worse than a summer cold.
Too true. What's on for the rest of the day?
I need to recharge my super suit, and I've got a patient at 4 p.m. After that, I may play chess against myself, just to prove that only Buff Hurricane can beat Buff Hurricane. Then I'll probably make myself a skinny chai latte, put on my smoking jacket and curl up in front of the fireplace to read a good book. Perhaps even one of the many I've written about my past adventures.
Oh, brother.
Now, let's just check I've got all my heroic gadgets. Super sword, Hydra ray, anti-gravity blaster, propulsion boots, invisibility cloak, visibility cloak, atomic flange thrower, nuclear rain umbrella, HB pencil, plutonium bug vomit dispenser. None of them are here. PC, where is all my stuff?
What stuff?
Perhaps I dreamt that I owned all that stuff. PC, remind me to purchase some generic superhero gadgets. It's good for the image. Anyways, his mustache. I can't leave my patients waiting.
Perhaps I'll need to be more patient. Ha, ha, ha.
Well, the ones I've had so far have very much resembled patients, so they shan't need to be more like them at all. One of them the other day said he felt like a pair of curtains.
Did you tell him to pull himself together?
PC, that's appalling. This man has a genuine medical condition and it's nothing to joke about.
Sorry, Bob.
Don't apologize to me. Go and apologize to him. He's in my office, covering the window until the new blinds arrive. I must leave. A patient awaits.
We return now to the Bad Guys and Megalomaniacs Emporium to check in on how the evil professor is...
That's Dr. Professor.
Sorry, the evil doctor professor is progressing at the checkout.
Oh my God. I know, but did you see her at Stephanie's wedding with Jerome?
Not Jerome, who works at Tugler's.
Tugler's? What's Tugler's?
It's like a topless bar, but they only wear socks.
Oh, I see. Speaking of socks, Did you hear what happened to Courtney?
No? What happened?
Is everything all right, Master?
No, Crumpet, no, not at all, it is not. These two women have been gossiping away like nobody's business. And as it is gossip, it really is nobody's business. For the last hour and 12 minutes they've been nattering away. I'm nearly at my wit's end. If I don't get home in time to watch my stories, I'm going to flip my lid. Look, that man has been waiting so long he started eating the display.
What? You mean I'm not meant to eat this? But it tastes so good.
Look, I've had enough of this. I can let this travesty go on no longer. Listen here, you woman. I was clearly here before you, and you rudely intruded and crudely ensued in ruining my mood. What is the meaning of this? I show the common decency not to vaporize you seconds after you cut into line like a high school student during big play, and you repay me by waffling and whining like a breakfast wine waffle. Mark my words, this veritable heresy will not go unpunished. Your tiny act of rudeness has pushed me over the edge. I will smite thee and all others like you. You will hear my name uttered in the annals of history as the one who brought justice to all those affected by the act of being polite, only to have those who've been polited thumb their nose, metaphorically, by waggling their tongues to show the lack of respect and consideration for other members of the human race. Remember this day, for this is the day that I, Dr. Professor, vowed not to rest, not even for an instant, until this blasted town called City is destroyed, and every living thing feels the horribility of my wrath. Has anybody seen my keys?
They're here, Master.
No, thank you, Crumpet. Now get in the car.
Will the evil Dr. Professor destroy the city? Will Buff Hurricane be able to stop him? Will those two ladies ever stop gossiping? Stay tuned after a word from this sponsor. Looking for a personalised, environmentally friendly communication service? Corarook Carrier Pigeons has been connecting Victorians for over 100 years and is one of the most trusted names in the business. Corarook Carrier Pigeons maintains a modern fleet, ranging from SMS sparrows to our exclusively designed castle pelicans, and all deliveries are insured against birds of prey. Forget inboxes full of spam, navigating the menus on your mobile phone, or waiting for the postie. Let Corarook Carrier Pigeons design the perfect communications for your needs and your budget. Corarook Carrier Pigeons. If you've got the words, we've got the birds.
Enjoy the new iPhone 7 3019. It's innovative, concave design, lets you store all your important items in the palm of your hand. Quite literally, no, we mean it. It's practically a large polished shell. You can store whatever you want in it. Well, not digital things like photos, contacts, or music, but physical things like car keys, photos, tissues, or an address book. Yeah, they can definitely be stored in it. Maybe even glasses if you wear them, or chewing gum in case your breath is a little on the funky side. You can also store loose change, makeup, a camera. I guess you could say it's kind of like a handbag, but with numbers. The iPhone 7 3019, available now at Smarty Gadgets. Proud sponsor of OCR.
And we're back. Wasn't that good? Gotta get me one of those. No, where were we? Yeah, that's right. The evil Dr. Professor has just stormed out of the store to seek his revenge. We arrive now at his evil lair.
Ooh, Crumpet, I'm still fuming, even after the ad break. Quick, we must plan an evil scheme. Get my book of evil schemes.
Yes, Master. What about this one? Number 1, 4, and 2. The nuclear spider brain plan.
No, too expensive.
Number 1, 6, and 2. Oh, the electronic snot harpoon.
No, a little too messy.
Hey, what about number 186?
No.
Well, we've only got those 3 ideas. We probably should number them better.
Yes, Crumpet. You're quite right. We'll have to think of a new one. Wait! I've got it! Quick, Crumpet. Fetch my slippers and log on to the interweb. We're going to buy an aluminum Deathray blaster.
An aluminum Deathray blaster?
Yes, an aluminum Deathray blaster.
What's that?
It's only the most evil, the most diabolical, most insatiable master plan that I've ever had. Quick, Crumpet, Twitter update. Mother, get off the phone! I'm trying to send a message of evil and destruction.
Don't use that tone with me, young man.
Curse you, Mother. Here. Going out, destroying city and or world. Soz, not soz. Ruffle. XOXO. Hashtag evil is my middle name. I can strike fear into the hearts of all in less than 140 characters. Let's roll.
Meanwhile, in Buff Hurricane's not-so-super-secret psychiatrist practice located on the floor directly below his super-secret hideout, Buff's alter ego, mild-mannered Harry Back, is dealing with his own mind-crippling problem.
Cryptic crossword. 4 down. If I had a squiggly temple doom, I'd be out on my corn ears with Aunt Pickle. 19 letters.
Dr. Back, Nigel Buss is here to see you.
Oh, good. Send him through, please.
You also had a call from OCR FM community radio station about renewing your sponsorship contract. Did you want me to confirm?
Of course, Stephanie. It's the most affordable advertising I've ever come across.
Hello, I'm Mr. Buss.
Well, that explains why you're late. Please lie down on the couch and we begin. Now, what seems to be the problem?
I've been feeling quite flat recently.
Well, it sounds like you need to pump yourself up.
No, run down, exhausted.
Then you need to slow down.
That's the problem though. No matter how slow I take it,
Mr. Buss? Mr. Buss? 4 down.
Here in the secret police HQ, the chief of police discusses a recent development with the mayor of city.
And that is why we feel we need to do something urgently.
Oh, I'm sorry. The narrator talked right over the top of it, and I couldn't hear a thing you were saying. Would you mind repeating that?
Certainly.
Chief, the president is here to see you.
Thank you. Please show him in. Hello, Mr. President. It's a pleasure to meet you. I only wish it were under more favourable circumstances.
Yes, quite right. But I think that if a town called City in my country is in trouble, it's probably a good idea that I know about it.
Indeed, sir. Well, unfortunately, we have a reason to believe that City, or even the world, could be in very grave danger. Please, take a seat and I will fill you in.
Sorry, Chief, Major Prize is here to see you.
Okay, thank you. Please send him in.
Right here, chaps. There was some kind of rotten bother and all that. I thought I'd pop in and see what all the hoo-ha was about.
Yes, Major. I was just telling the Mayor and the President that...
Sorry, again, me, Chief. Man from the Secret Service is here.
Which one?
He said it's a secret.
Well, send him in. As I was saying...
Sorry again, Chief. The head of security is here to see you.
Yes, send him in too, I guess.
Me again, sorry.
What's saying?
There are some people from the canteen wanting our lunch orders.
Right, well, I'll just be a minute.
Someone from the paper wanted to know what's going on, Chief.
Well, I'm trying to...
Your wife's on the phone, boy, sir. Just a reminder that you have a nail appointment at 3.
Right. Well, as I was beginning to say...
I'd like to talk to you about Jesus.
Yeah, good day, mate. Just here to put up them blinds.
Gosh! I thought this place was meant to be secret. The reason I called this meeting today was to discuss some very disturbing news. We recently intercepted some communications that lead us to believe that the evil Dr. Professor is plotting a scheme. Please calm down.
What kind of scheme?
Well, we have a reason to believe that the scheme he is plotting involves an aluminium Deathray blaster.
An aluminium Deathray blaster?
Now stop that. We've already done that. Yes. We have been monitoring all phone communications with our multi-million-dollar Gondora spy satellite. We've also been recording all ingoing and outgoing radio waves on the full radio spectrum, as well as analysing thermal images from the Vector Quadrant Space Monitoring Station. And we have been tracking all civilian movement through our super-secret microchipping operation. All of this came up negative. Then, while we were listening to OCR FM Catch Up, one of our office girls picked up this harrowing tweet.
How did Kim Kardashian lose all that baby weight?
What? No, not that one. This one. Indeed. We need to work out what we are going to do about this. He must be stopped at all costs.
We could raise taxes.
We could form a support group for others affected by aluminium Deathray blasters.
We could retweet it with a frowny face.
It's all good ideas, but I think we should call Buff Hurricane Superhero. Does anyone have his number?
Meanwhile, back in Buff Hurricane's office...
Gee, thanks, Doc. That sleep was just what I needed. You're super.
You don't know the half of it. Be sure to settle your account on the way out. Thank you.
Dr. Black, your next patient is waiting. Shall I send her in?
Thank you, Stephanie. Mrs. Trimble, what brings you here?
What?
I said, what brings you here today?
A taxi. But that's none of your business. I'm here on more personal matters. Something terrible has happened and I really need to get it off my chest.
Okay. We'll lie down on the couch and let's have a chat then, shall we?
Please, Tonto.
Oh dear. It's my secret beeper alerting me to the fact that there is danger afoot, or ahead, or at hand. I must respond. Go ahead, PC.
Yeah, well, I think it all stems from an incident that I had when I was younger.
We've just had a call from the chief of police.
Really?
Well, I never really told anyone before, so rather embarrassing.
It seems the doctor professor is up to no good.
Really? Go on.
Well, and so I've been putting a little bit in his tea all of this time. Not that he really noticed a change in the taste at all.
He's threatening to use an aluminium Deathray blaster to destroy city.
Sounds serious.
Oh, I know, but I didn't think he'd react so badly when he found out.
Okay, I'll deal with it.
Oh, thank you so much, Doctor. Well, I thought it might have been illegal. Oh, do you have time to move the body right now?
I'll be right back, Mrs. Trimble.
Meanwhile, back in the evil Dr. Professor's evil lair.
Well, her mother, has a parcel arrived for me yet?
What?
A parcel, a package, an item of postal nature.
No need to get smart. Yes, there has, as a matter of fact. But come pick up your clothes first.
Oh, curse you, Mother. I haven't got time for your foolish, dirty clothes quests. My Aluminium Deathray blaster has arrived. Quick, Crumpet, to the lab.
Yes, master.
Clothes.
Oh, confound you, Mother. Yes. What? The insolence. It requires some assembly. Oh, quick, Crumpet. Let's see what we need. Phillips head screwdriver. Yes, 342 socket wrench. Yes. Soldering iron. Yes. Yes. Oh, super glue. Oh, pass me that thing. Oh, not that thing. That thing. Yes. It's all coming together nicely. Oh, drat.
What is it, boss?
It needs 3D batteries.
Aren't all batteries 3D?
No, you cretin. 3D size batteries.
Oh, they're the flat ones.
No, they're the big ones.
Oh, the big chunky ones.
Sort of, but they're cylindrical.
I could open up my nightlight and have a look.
Don't be so foolish, Crumpet. Nightlight. Mother, do we have 3D batteries?
All batteries are 3D.
Curse you, Mother. Not physically 3D. 3 of the size D batteries.
Are they the flat ones?
Oh, never mind. Without 3D batteries, Crumpet, we'll never get this thing to power.
Forgive me for asking, boss, but what does the aluminium Deathray blaster actually do?
Oh, my dear, sweet, naive Crumpet. You have so much to learn in the ways of evility. It really is quite simple. It, oh dear, I haven't the foggiest. Well, to be perfectly honest, I may have gotten carried away because the name sounded so good. And the picture on the box, look, it looks so evil and destructive. And the customer testimonials, listen to this one. This product is quite good. Danger Inc. Limited. Blast rotten bother. And all that is by the by, Crumpet. It'll never work without batteries.
So, now what?
Well, Crumpet, I've paid for the blasted thing. And we've put it together. We might as well get our money's worth. I mean, we could just threaten to use it. That usually works.
Really?
Yes, Crumpet. It's written in the sacred oath that all supervillains take upon completing our online supervillain degree. Here. I, the undersigned, agree to undertake all evil doings in my most evil and dastardly of nature, causing havoc in my wake, striking fear into the hearts of every man, woman, child, and or beast, threatening to use all evil implements of dire consequence until asked to cease by a regulatory authority of suitable caped attire, and so on and so forth, blah blah blah, yada yada yada, etc., etc.
What's that etc. Bit about?
That's actually what it says.
Oh.
So it's really quite simple. I merely need to threaten to use the Aluminium Deathray blaster until my demands are met.
So, what are your demands?
Now, blinking heck, Crumpet, do I have to spell everything out to you?
Well, you haven't really told anyone what your demands are.
Yes, valid point and well made, but that doesn't mean you can question my motives with snide remarks. Here, get a pen and write this down.
Will the evil Dr. Professor's... or what are the evil Dr. Professor's demands? Will Buff Hurricane be able to stop him from not using the Aluminium Deathray blaster? Aren't all batteries 3D? Find out after this short break. There are three things in life that should never be discussed in polite company: religion, politics, and bowel movements. At colonic irrigation, we understand that while some things transcend religion and politics, nothing transcends in the toilet. Colonic irrigation offers a complete range of intestinal services, from our famous while you wait splash and dash to our scientifically developed solids held in tension system. Why not try our obligation-free 14-point safety check and experience our total commitment to the optimal performance of your bowel? Our refinancing consultants can show you just how affordable a perfect bowel can be. Colonic irrigation. Number one in number twos.
Hey there, ladies. Want a place to unwind after a hard day's work? Look no further than Tugler's, the all-male sock bar. We've got you covered while our guys are all uncovered, except of course their socks. Nylon, wool, silk, cotton, we've got it all. Our buff blokes will keep you coming back for more in our range of low-cut ankle socks through to knee-high footballers. For the more adventurous, check out our guys in toe socks, or try our top-of-the-range chap stance laps in spats. Tugglers, admire their socks and really large cocktail menu. 68 Main Street, happy to sponsor OCR FM.
Sorry, back already, are we? Meanwhile, in the middle of city, two old ladies are sitting on a park bench, quietly chatting to each other.
Oh, it's such a lovely afternoon to be sitting out here on a park bench, Marjorie.
Yes, Diedre, just quietly chatting to each other.
The birds are singing in the trees.
The flowers are swaying in the breeze.
It's such a beautiful day. We could taste wine and expensive cheese.
Or do whatever we darn well please.
Because it's such a beautiful day. Oh, the gentle hum of the buzzing bees.
And
holy shit!
Hold on to your hairnets, ladies. Dr. Professor has come to town.
And I'm with him too, as well.
Enough out of you, Crumpet. Stand back, everyone. I got an Aluminium Deathray blaster, and I'm not afraid to use it.
Not if I have anything to do with it.
You stay right where you are, Buff Hurricane. This is a pretty volatile piece of machinery.
All right, Professor. What do you want?
I want the heads of those two gossipy women from the bad guys in Megalomaniacs Emporium, whose mindless banter and selfish behavior has tipped me over the edge.
And 3D batteries.
And all batteries 3D. I think he means the flat ones.
Oh, never mind the batteries.
You mean the very same batteries that I use to power this portable radio so I can listen to OCR FM no matter where I am?
Ah, give me that. Here, the batteries, they're mine. Yes. 1, 2, and 3. Yes, now stand back and prepare to witness your desolation of your precious town.
Leave these poor people out of it, Dr. Professor. It's me you want, not them.
No, I specifically just said it was those two women at the checkout that I wanted to destroy. Now get out of my way or I'll blast you with this Aluminium Deathray blaster.
Isn't that pronounced aluminium?
You're really starting to get on my nerves.
Buff and Dr. Professor begin to tussle. Their ensuing brawl leads them out of town into neighbouring farmland.
Oh, sheesh, that was quick.
Take that, and that, and that.
What do I do with these?
Hold on to them so my hands are free and I can punch you.
No! Eek! Ouch! Oof! Ow! No!
Hey-ya! Aha! How do you like my moves? I learned them from my sensei, Ryder Kawasaki.
Not bad. How do you like my moves? I learned them from watching Aerobics Oz Style.
A frightful battle of hand-to-hand combat ensues. A left from Dr. Professor, a right jab from Buff, a right uppercut Dr. Professor, leg block from Buff, right hand Professor, forehand Buff, powerful backhand cross-court from the evil Doc. It's lobbed high by Buff, but Doc misses with the left.
15 love.
Shut up, Crumpet, and do something.
But I'm filming it. Is that what you mean?
Note to self, some evil sidekick wages are low for a reason. No, Crumpet, I mean help me fistfight Buff, you ingrate.
Oh, I see. But we've got the Deathray.
Quite right, Crumpet. That I do. But I don't know what it does yet. For all I know, it could glue the whole planet to Kingdom Come, killing millions of innocent people. Nobody wants that on their conscience. I know, I'll use the old threaten to use it, but don't actually follow through, Caper. It's almost too perfect.
What is?
What? Nothing. You weren't listening to my private inner thoughts, were you? Because that's downright rude.
Of course I wasn't. Now stop with the foolish games. You're coming with me.
Not if my Aluminum Deathray blaster has anything to do with it. I've got the drop on you now, Buff. Now get me those two gossipy women and make them apologize, or I'll blow cities sky high.
You're bluffing.
Am I? Fire it up, Crumpet.
Will Crumpet fire up the Aluminum Deathray blaster? Is the Dr. Professor bluffing? And why do they always go to an ad break when there's heaps of tension? Find out right after this. Hi, I'm Politician, your local voice in local government. A strong voice in local government. A voice that you can count on in local government. A voice that is telling you this time, we know we can all stand together with the power to be powerful, believing that we can make it better. We're all someone's daughter. We're all someone's son. We're not going to live in silence. We're not going to live in fear. So use your voice this election. Vote 1 for me, Politician. Authorised wanker on behalf of Petition for the All Australian Political Parties. Don't forget to pick up milk, bread and cheese on your way home to the supermarket and become an OCR member yet. Spoken in a random person in an incredibly fast voice.
The cafe bacteria Emporium is back in business after our brief altercation with the health inspector, and we're delighted to announce most of our food is now cooked on site. Book a table and enjoy one of our sumptuous steaks, seared to your liking in a choice of mushroom, Diane, or E. coli sauce. For something you'll never forget, try our delicious range of desserts, including salmonella puddings, golden staff dumplings, and urinal cakes. And you just can't pass our low-fibre breakfast menu, and catering available for birthday parties and corporate functions. You always get a little something extra at the Gateway Back. Proud sponsor of Soundfly.
We're back, ladies and gentlemen, and the tension is still rising.
Oh, gasp! You wouldn't want to be...
Shut up again, Crumpet, and fire up that Deathray. Now, Buff, are you going to heed my warning? Don't make me pull this trigger. I swear I'll do it. 1, 2... 2.5, 2 3/4, 2 6/8, smaller intervals. Oh, drat. We'll switch it off, Crumpet. It's no use. Buff called our bluff.
Ah, I knew you didn't have it in you. I listened to your personal aside.
Oh, you fiend. You lied.
Yeah, I did. Take him away, officer.
As the chief of police handcuffs the villains, Buff takes charge of the Aluminium Deathray blaster, and we ask the audience for some assistance.
We're not going to get any.
Oh, not yet. Oh! Trigger happy. Okay, so what you will need to do is roll your bubble wrap up into a bit of a cylinder, something similar to that, and hold it in 2 hands. You will need it una momento. Okay?
Not until you're cued.
You'll know when to do it. Oh, come on. You. Okay. As the chief of police handcuffs the villains, Buff Hurricane takes charge of the Aluminium Deathray blaster.
I wonder what this button does.
A beam of light bursts forth and blasts the nearby cornfield.
Well, I guess that answers that.
And so back in the police chief's office.
Well, Buff, the town of the city is safe again thanks to your heroic efforts. We owe you a debt of thanks.
It's not necessary, Chief of Police. The feeling of good prevailing over evil is reward enough. And I think we all learned a valuable lesson here today. If someone is nice to you, thank them. Don't be a dick and push in line at the supermarket. And don't overreact and threaten to destroy a city if you don't get your way. Isn't that right, Diedre?
Why, yes, Buff, I think it is. Well, who's up for a little celebration at Tuggler's?
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Good always wins, bad loses, and everyone loves Tugglers. Stay tuned for the further adventures of Narrator, defender of the unit. Oh, all right, Buff Hurricane superhero. thank, in no particular order other than alphabetical, Barry Mousley as Stephanie, Colleen Page as Mother, Nance and Marjorie, Darryl Harty as Mr. Bus. We'd like to thank Fred Page, our pre-recorded advertisements in the audience this evening. Stand, Fred. Thank you, everybody. Jim Gardiner, Buff Hurricane and Dr. Harry Back. Jason Freddi, Crumpet and Police Chief. Nathan Legg, PC. I forgot myself, Narrator and various accompanying voices. Rhonda Mahoney as Elaine and Mrs. Crumpet and Diedre. And Tyson as Dr. Professor, Mr. President, the Mayor. The marvellous sound effects of Lorraine Henkel, accompanied by Darryl Harty. And special thanks to Mark O'Brien for some additional material and musical contributions from Shane Powell. And so concludes the informal part of the evening. We would now like to welcome you to the OCRFM website.